This carburetor is a little different than I usually mess with, but seems to be pretty self-explanatory. Got some safety torques here, or security torques here that we're don't have the bit for this today, so we're gonna put this on pause and we're gonna move on to the next step. A WSM top end kit. Got some of it coming apart here. We're going to get the exhaust off so we can get to the jugs and get these heads off. Get these lines pulled off of here, making sure that we keeping everything organized. So the next step is take these T45 Allens, loosen them evenly, because you're going to torque them back down evenly. You might as well loosen them evenly also, make sure nothing gets warped. And had to run the house to get one of these here. It goes to ratchet, so it makes it easier to put on your torque wrench to actually get these torqued properly when you put it back together. We're going to see what this looks like when we get it back together, when we get it apart, and make sure the parts aren't too wore out. Now it's time to see what kind of condition we got these in. Very nice. Got a nice smooth bore, no real bad etching. This should be good. Just put a nice hone on them and put some new rings and pistons and we'll be ready to crack her off. Well, we're just scraping gasket material. As you can see, I've got some of it removed here. We'll go ahead and clean that surface after I remove the gasket material. Everything seems to be good. We got all the parts that we need. We even have some new tools, as most projects tend to require. It's going pretty smooth. We're going to go get some dinner and hopefully come back and get some more done tonight. Alright, so we got the surfaces cleaned, the new pistons on, new rings on. Always make sure when you're doing these two-stroke jet skis that your ring end gaps are on the intake side. There'll generally be a hole on the side of the piston to also tell you that it needs to go on the intake side. Make sure you clean your gasket surface materials really well with some carb clean and get all of the material off that you possibly can to make sure they're nice and prepped and ready to receive the gasket. We have next thing is to hone the cylinders. We're going to hone the cylinders, clean them up really good, get the gasket bases, the base gaskets down, slide the jugs on. My dad is actually on his way to go get a crow's foot because you can't get to the torque the nuts on them directly. You can't get a socket on there. So in order to torque those, we need a crow's foot. And then we'll get those torqued down. And then we'll start putting the head on. And we'll be back with you whenever I get to that point. And so far everything's been going really well. No broken bolts, no real issues or anything. Just some tools here and there because I'm at my dad's to do this time, so I don't have access to all my normal tools. I bought some, but there was also some ones that we needed that my dad wanted to buy. So alright, so now we're getting the exhaust on. Next we're going to go ahead, after we get this manifold torqued down, we're going to go ahead and get the exhaust header put on. Then we're going to be rebuilding the carburetor, getting the carburetor put together, and then we'll be firing it up. Alright, first start. Let's see what she sounds like cracked off.